Good morning, everyone. We will begin the morning call. US stocks rose for the third day in a row in yesterday's session after test data showed that COVID-19 vaccine from Pfizer and BioNTech offered some protection against the new Omicron variant. Asian markets are up about 0.5%. Global markets are expected to remain volatile in the near term until there is more clarity on Omicron variant's threat to the economy and ahead of US consumer inflation numbers, which will be announced tomorrow, and also a Fed meeting next week. So these two things will also provide clues on, especially the Fed meeting will provide more clues on tapering and interest rate increases. So market across the globe should remain volatile. On virus front, the UK has tightened rules advising people to work from home, and also Denmark has introduced a lighter version of previous lockdowns. On the domestic side, yesterday RBI kept the repo rate unchanged, and Indian rupee, accordingly fell to almost a 2-month low of 75.5 now against US dollar, as the RBI policy failed to enthuse the forex markets. So I will now hand over to the technical team.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning, all of you. This is Swati. Yesterday, we have seen a very great, strong session in the Indian markets. All the sectoral indices ended in a green note. We have seen that the Sensex has surged more than 1,000 points, whereas the Nifty has jumped around 290 points on the closing basis above 17,400 levels, which gives a relief sign sort of. Technically, today market is likely to open with a gap up pause, and we might see some positive momentum during the day. Currently, Nifty is just trading above 100-day moving average, which gives a positive sign. I believe it has a potential to reach up to 17,540 to 17,600 levels on the upper side. Whereas on the downside, the support will lie at 17,320 levels. This will be the first support level for the Nifty. If it's move below that level, then 17,200 levels can be seen on the downsides. So overall, today the market will remain on a positive note. If it's breaks 17,570 levels, then 17,600, 17,700 levels can be seen in coming 1 to 2 trading sessions. Coming towards the Bank Nifty yesterday maintained a positive close in above 100-day moving average. So this rally is likely to be extended towards 37,500. Any move above that level, we expect a more positive momentum to be witnessed towards 37,800 to 37,900 levels on the higher side. Whereas for today intraday purpose, 37,200 will be the immediate support level. Below that level, 37,000 levels can be seen on the intraday basis. Coming towards the Nifty Finance, for the today intraday purpose, 18,240 will be the first resistance level. Any move above that level, 18,300, 18,400 levels can be seen, whereas on the downside, 18,100 will be the first support level. Below that level, 17,900 levels can be seen. So these are the important support and resistance levels for the market. Just hold your long positions, but with the strict stop losses. That's it from my end. I requested you guys to take a call forward.
Yeah, thank you, Swati. See, on the derivative front, the open interest continues to remain the same. The PCR has shot up and the VIX has decreased. So it's a very good sign for the markets. Also, we've crossed about the 17,500 levels. We've crossed it in about two trading sessions from 17,000 to 17,500, which is a good sign for the markets. 17,500, however, the put strike hasn't really caught up. So maybe for today and tomorrow, you will see some sort of consolidation coming in, where once the put writers start to write the 17,500 push strike and the PCR goes above 1, that is when you will see further buying coming in. So at this point of time, one should book some profits at opening for today. Wait for a day or two, or look at the push strikes. Once we do close about 17,500 for another day, you will see further buying coming in. From the stock specific front, See, the banking sector as a whole seems to have bottomed out, and good shorts have been covered. And still, the system holds a lot of shorts, so they need to be covered at this point of time. And you will see the rally in banking stocks continue. So the best bets at this point of time would be ICICI Bank, Axis Bank, and SBI, the ones which had got down, pretty much, even HDFC Bank. So look out for the same. So that's it from my side. I'd like to ask the fundamental team to continue, please.
Uh, So, for companies, RailTel Corporation has received an order of 211 crores from ERCON for commissioning of tunnel communication system in the state of J&K. So, this news is positive for the company. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Dr. Reddy has signed up with Prestige Biopharma Limited, and both have entered into a binding agreement for an exclusive partnership for the supply and commercialization of Prestige Biopharma's proposed trastuzumab biosimilar in select countries in Latin America and Southeast Asia. This uh, license gives the rights to Dr. Reddy for the exclusive commercialization of this biosimilar in select countries. So this is positive for Dr. Reddy's. Gland Pharma has received a tentative approval from US FDA for Canglor for injections. The Gland Pharma believes that they are the first to file and may be eligible for 180 days of generic drug exclusivity. So this is sentimental positive as of now, because this is just the tentative approval, and they will start getting benefit and revenues once they get the final approval. But however, giving them the possibility of 180-day exclusivity is positive. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. CE Info Systems IPO is opening today and closing on 13 December. The price band is rupees 1,000 and 1,033. The public issue consists of offer for sale of rupees 1040 crore by promoter and selling shareholder. The company is Mappy My India, is a leading provider of advanced digital maps, geospatial software and location-based IoT technologies in India. The company had pioneered in India in 1995, and capturing its early mover advantage, the company could capture the market leadership position in India. And with this, the company maps around 98.5% of India's road network. The company derives majority of its revenue B2B and B2B2C. With this enterprise customers, and the company has serviced over 2,000 enterprise customers as of September 2021. Over FY 19-21, the company's sales has grown by 6%. However, new orders for the same period have grown by 82%. With COVID situation normalizing and looking at good order book, we expect conversion of these orders will happen going ahead. With this, H1 FY 22 company recorded a growth of 81.3% year on year on its revenue front. Going ahead, we feel the company will be able to leverage its leadership position in India and expansion with expansion in different countries. We feel the company has the potential to show good growth going ahead. The company has high operating leverage with relatively low variable cost and high fixed cost, which enables company to grow profitability faster than the revenue growth. The same is visible in H1 FY 22, wherein EBITDA margin stood at 45.2%, indicating higher sales is leading to higher profitability to the company. The company is debt free, and OCF for the company stands at rupees 83 crores, indicating lower working capital requirement for the company. ROE stands at 16.6%. At the upper price band of rupees 1,033. The company has been offered at a PE of 58.8 times annualized H1 FY 22 EPS, which we feel is attractive. We have recommended a subscribe to the issue. Thank you.
That's it for the day. Have a good day. Thank you, everyone.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel for in-depth interviews of India Inc. and press the bell icon so that you do not miss our updates.